2012 was the peak of Tekken. In my opinion, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was and still is the best game in the series. Is it because of the mechanics, graphics, online play, customization, goofiness, single player content, soundtrack? Nope. Every game in the series has its ups and downs, but Tag 2 was a game made out of passion. It was a love letter to the series and the fans. If you're a hardcore Tekken fan, you can spend hundreds of hours appreciating all the little details, connections, and Easter eggs. But it wasn't made for the new players in the series. Fast forward and we're now at the 8th mainline installment, Tekken 8. I've been with the series since the year 2000, and as much as I loved the story of Tekken 7, overall it couldn't compete with Tag 2. As soon as you launch this game, there's one thing that stands out: attention to detail. The game runs a benchmark when you run it for the first time and assigns you a score which adjusts your graphics settings accordingly. The story and arcade modes return, and in story mode you can play the mainline story and the individual character stories. The arcade modes remain the same. In terms of new content, however, we've got Street Fighter 6 inspired arcade quest. In this mode you can make your own character, interact with other in-game characters, and learn about the new mechanics. I gotta say, looking at these little Funko Pop figures playing at miniature arcades made me smile. The new mode, are you ready for this? Tekken Bowl. No, not Tekken Bowling, Tekken Bowl from Tekken 3. When I saw this mode, my face lit up. One of the greatest games of all time is getting its much deserved callback. And that's not the only time it'll happen. Tekken Force is back. Harada, why did you wait so long to bring it back? I guess you were scared because you're a little chicken. Let's move on to the graphics now, and this is quite possibly the best Unreal Engine 5 game I've ever seen. Hell, this might be the best looking game up until this point. I mean, look at Kazuya's face. You can see his pores. Every character model, every single stage, every detail has been lovingly crafted. The stages are amazing, exploding with life, colors, and celebration. The main mechanics from the previous game is here as well. However, we've got the brand new heat system, a gauge right below the health bar. While activated, your moves will do more damage and opponents will take chip damage while blocking. It only lasts for 10 seconds, but unlike the last game's mechanics, I love this. So many possibilities at your disposal. For the new players or casual players in the series, we now have an assist mode, auto combos, and some essentials that you can pull off. Hats off to the team for making this game accessible to that audience. There are just two things that I wish they had done differently. First up, in some stages there are so many lights and lighting effects, and then you start fighting and then your moves also have lightning effects, which can make the match a little harder to follow. So much going on the screen at once. It's not something significant, but it is noticeable at some places. Second, I wish they had adapted Street Fighter's ISM system. Two modes, Legacy and Advance. In Advance mode, the game played as usual, but in Legacy mode, the game played like Tekken 5, Tekken 6, or other older Tekken games. Maybe that's just me. The story of the game is one of the best conclusions to a story I've ever seen. Don't worry, we won't go into spoilers. Ever since he was introduced, Jin was always like your typical protagonist. He always had this attitude of, This game makes him relatable. He opens up to his friends and accepts their help and advice. We get an explanation for the war he caused and all the people he got killed in Tekken 6. The story fleshes his character. Jin got more character development in this game than all of the previous Tekkens combined. We get to see him and Sha Yu, him and Hwoarang, his past, his thoughts about his family. We see him coming to terms with the power dynamic between him and Devil. The same cannot be said about the other characters, however. The biggest offender is Azucena. I was so excited to see this beautiful Latina fighter full of energy cheering people on, and her moveset is decent, but her personality is coffee. That's it. Almost every exchange she has with another character is about coffee. Look, I get that Tekken is goofy, and hey, if you want some good-hearted goofiness, play the individual character episodes after completing the mainline story. But that wasn't goofy, it was distracting. You basically one-dimensionalized this amazing character. And while we're criticizing stuff, Raven is back. I was so excited to see him back, and he's overshadowed by his master Victor. And Asuka shows up and she's like, "Hi, I'm in this." That last one really hurts. For the past 4 games, family drama was your core focus, and they didn't do anything interesting with that character. Now I get that in a story, you cannot give every single character a crucial role. But for the family related staples, you should adjust the story in a way. Hell, Reina is in this, someone we have never seen before. Majority of Reina's role could have been reprised by Asuka. Regardless, she's still one of my favorite additions to the game. If I had to mention a defining moment for this installment, it would be the callbacks. So many callbacks to Tekken 2, 4, 6, and most importantly, 3.
Boxing champion of the world! The genius of the ring!
Heck, even the tag series have a bunch of references. A match was about to begin and they played tag 2 character select screen music.
Turns his enemies into dust. Shaheen!
فلديك تلك العاصفة الرملية الحارقة.
Tekken 2 soundtrack gets its own remix. Tekken 6 soundtrack is in here.
The self-proclaimed best fighter in the universe. His Phoenix Smasher crushes everything in his way.
And not just the soundtracks. Other stuff is also in here which I can't talk about because it'll spoil some of the surprises. Hey, remember True Ogre? Yeah, he was Ogre, but then he became True Ogre. Truly one of the greatest twists. My 3 favorite things about this game, 2 of them were soundtracks from previous games played at the exact right time and in the exact right context. And the last one was... let's just say I was busting some moves when I saw them. I'm getting old, you know, so I was randomly busting some old moves. I loved this game. Almost everything about the game is amazing. So, you know, pretty good game, good impressions. But mechanics, customization, characters, none of that mattered. There's a fight in the story mode against Devil Jin, and the theme from Snow Castle, Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection starts playing at the exact time for the biggest moment of Jin's entire character development.
Final round. Fight.
I had to pause the game because I couldn't contain the smirk that was forming on my face. And I said to myself, cheap move. That was a dirty trick, Harada. And just like that, he took away all of my criticisms and made one of the best games of all time. There's a time when a remix of Jin's theme from Tekken 3 starts playing, and I thought it's time to bust out the combos. Have you been a fan of this franchise for long? Buy this game. This game is the eye candy. Are you a hardcore lore nut of this franchise? Buy this game. The lore is unrivaled. Are you new to the series? Buy this game. There are enough mechanics for the button mashers and perfectionists alike. Do you hate Taken? Buy this game. A little off topic, but do you know that Harada didn't even include Denuvo in this game? Yeah, it was a passion project. You have my utmost respect, Mr. Harada. With that being said, this is Roguehead. I hope you guys enjoyed this perspective. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys later.